Let's talk about Indiana. It's a big corn state. So what's better for their farmers, a China trade deal or the passing of USMCA? Let's ask Senator Mike Braun, Indiana Republican. Senator, I've heard a lot of farmers to say, yes, we care about China. Yes, it's hurting our farmers in the Midwest. But frankly, we get much more out of a USMCA deal because we deal much more with Mexico and Canada. What do you say?
Hey, very good point. Canada and Mexico are our two biggest trading partners. The Chinese are, of course, next in line, and they create the most mischief out there. So when it comes to farming, I'm one of the few individuals on the Ag Committee that's actually involved in farming. And our issues go much deeper than tariffs. We've got high input costs. We've got historically low prices due to overproduction. We've got acres coming on stream across the world. Farmers know that what President Trump is doing made sense from the get-go. And, we heard over the weekend where China's looking at relaxing restrictions on importing pork and soybeans. They're 4 times as dependent on us as we are on them. And how do you think it'll be 5, 10 years down the road to get their behavior in line? So it's working. You got to focus on the midterm and the long run if you want to fix things. And I'm glad farmers that have held in there. Yeah. The Chinese economy isn't doing as well in general.
Well, and they have inflation. I mean, that's one reason that they rely on our pork is because their pork prices were going sky high, and their consumers can't afford inflation the way we can absorb it. And also, of course, if we pass USMCA, that gives us more leverage to work out a China deal,
We get that done. That will take the focus off the Chinese tariffs, which look like they're starting to crack anyway.
Yeah.
But Nancy Pelosi singly holds the responsibility for getting that across the finish line. She's getting a lot of input from her blue state congressmen and women to get the job done.
All right, quickly, we only have 30 seconds, but you're working with your Democrat colleague, Chris Coons, on a new climate change caucus. Yep. What's that about?
So, Republicans are always foot draggers when it comes to getting involved in issues like the cost of health care, climate, almost anything we do here. And many times apologists for industries that aren't competitive and transparent. So when it comes to climate, we need to have a voice in the discussion, or we're going to get a heavier dose of the Green New Deal put upon us, which would be a disaster. Republicans have to engage. Don't stick your head in the sand.
Yeah.
That's how we stay in the game.
Well, stand up for fossil fuels, because the rebirth of fossil fuels in this country is insulating us enormously from the problems overseas.
Energy independence is the most overlooked thing that's occurred over the last 2 to 3 years, and thank goodness that we've done that. A major accomplishment.
Senator Mike Braun, great to see you, Senator. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
You bet.